Oh, hello there. Just give it a few moments now. Take care of Cat, who's trying to walk on stuff. Hello, hello. Welcome to stream. Let me know if it's too loud, not loud enough, if I'm like breathing into my mic, etc. What were we doing last time? Oh yeah. I can't remember if we fixed the jump issue last time. So if I put this up to 9, is there a huge difference? No, there isn't. So maybe I did fix it last time. Oh yeah. Can I jump up there? Run, 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 run. And, oh, yeah. You can slide all the way up if you're fast enough. There we go. Right. So I had just created these bullets. The issue I was having, if I remember correctly, is one, that Bambi just has the ability to shoot lasers out of his eyes at any given moment. 2, I just saw, what is this? Why did it go through the wall? Interesting. Okay. 2 is that I want to have a limit on how far the bullets go at any given moment. Probably also want to do like object pooling for these bullets, because otherwise I'm just instantiating these forever. Oh. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's start with limiting these bullets. prefabs bullets. Continuous. Interesting. Is this why they were going through the world? Should that be continuous? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, and it didn't help either. Do I not have colliders there? Yeah. Huh. Alright, yeah. Let's start by limiting those bullets. Excuse me. And then after that we'll figure out why they're going through stuff. Ways I could do this. Let's start by doing it the simple way, and then if I don't like it down the line, change it. So, if not renderer dot is visible, I guess you take the renderer of that. Okay, so the bullet. Prefabs. That's okay. And the renderer would be what? And the bullet. It would be here, and it would be a sprite render. So let's add sprite render. Make all these private. So if the sprite is not visible, I'm going to pop it out. Let's do that for now. It's not the best way of doing it by any means, but it should do approximately what I want it to do. Let that load. Of course. So I also have to add that there. Message. What's this? Mm-hmm. Okay. Excuse me. Let's pretend we haven't seen that. Does it stay there? It is there in game. What the hell? Is it because I was in this? But it isn't in the sea. No, there's no bullets in the sea, so why is it? Alright. Hmm. Hmm. So if I hide everything in the scene, it's still there. Open prefab. Leave prefab. Okay, don't question it. Cool beans. I have ghost bullet. That just doesn't go away. And it doesn't appear in here. Okay. However, this seems to work. If it goes out of balance, it disappears. If it goes out of the camera, rather, it disappears. Leave that there for now. So the second thing was why were bullets sometimes going through things? Now I have to it went through thing. And of course it disappeared because I told it to. Okay. Continuous. Sleep mode, stay awake. Interpolate. The pre-frame. Update mode for the body. That might be it. No? No, it's not. Sometimes it just goes through it. Yeah, it still does it some of the time. All placed at 0, my grid is at 0, detail tile map is at 0, it should not be doing what it's doing. Alright, let's just do a little quick test. Grab this. Put the, oh, I have to start over. There we go. Grab this, put this here. Make a big wall maybe? It's not supposed to do that though. Yeah, I can still phase them through. Collision detection mode for the body continuous. I believe that's the one we want. I'll look this up. Rigid body 2D continuous. body type dynamic. Oh. Okay, now this is kinematic. That's fine. This is dynamic. This is fine. Okay, so, oops, sorry. Alright, so collision detection. Define how collisions between Collider 2D are detected. When you set the collision detection to discrete game object with rigid body 2Ds and colliders 2Ds can overlap and pass through each other during physics update if they are moving fast enough. Continuous. Do not pass through each during update. Instead, Unity calculates the first impact point of any Collider 2D and moves the object there. Note that this takes more CPU than... yeah. I have it on continuous, so it should be working. Continuous. Though I don't want the grid to actually be continuous, I want it to just stay. So let's leave that like that. I'm still very confused as to... I'm gonna restart this. It's a bit weird. Sure. There, it's gone. Okay. Maybe it just needed to be restarted. Let's go with that. Can I still cause it to happen? Yeah, I still can. Look at that. One 25.1 official releases. Install editor. So if I go here, you see 25.1 is not 21 rather. 2021 isn't actually there. Long-term support is 2020, so maybe it's just buggy. Let's not question it too much then. There is the chance that it's just buggy. So weird. Because it is set to dynamic and continuous, so it should be hitting the wall. Alright, well, there we go. There we go. Let's look into doing object pool. I used it before, I've never actually made one from scratch, so. I think Unity has something for object pooling now, something like in-house. 2021 January, object pooling in Unity, yeah. I think there's something for that now. Object pooling is a great way to optimize your project and lower your burden, yes. Placed on the CPU while having rapidly created destroying game objects. It's a good practice and design pattern to keep in mind to help relieve the processing power of the CPU. Yeah. So the idea behind object pooling is instead of like instantiating, like we're doing here, just adding a new game object with all the things that come with it every single time I click on a button, it's going to start off with like maybe 50 or so bullets that are in the scene but hidden. And then when I click on it, it's going to use up one of these bullets. It's just going to like turn it on and turn it off. So you're not, it's not quite as heavy on like the garbage collector and the memory and all that, because it's just already there, it's already put in place. And you have a certain limit of bullets, and then if you want to have like 1,000 bullets, then you put up your limit to 1,000, it'll start being heavy, but that's not what we're doing. So let's follow this. Introduction to object pooling. Just gonna follow their little tutorial. Oh great, it's 2019. Yeah, see the very example that I was talking about. Instead of having like all these laser clones just instantiating every time you click, and then disappearing over time, they're already there and they're just kind of being popped in, popped out, turned on and turned off. Creating an object pooling script. Create a new object pooling script and call it object pool. Attach the script to your game controller. Open the script and write the following class definitions. Okay, awake. Shared instance this. Interesting. Public. Object pool, shared instance, public. List game object, pooled objects, public game object. Alright, let's just follow what they're saying. Looks like there's something missing in here, but what do I know? Maybe it'll be clearer down the line. So let's go over. Let's go in bullets. Oh no, let's put it here. Folder, call it global, and create ourselves an object pool script. Nope, not that. Object pool. Go into object pool. So yeah, there's missing all this in here. So I'm going to just grab this and stick it in the class and see what happens. Oh, come on. Copy. It doesn't want me to do it. Alright, well, I'm going to have this on the other screen, but I'm going to just type it in. Because it doesn't want to copy paste apparently. I guess there's something on the webpage that keeps you from doing it, to force you to learn by doing it. Which, you know, is fine. Just a pain, because I would have preferred to just copy paste. Static object pool shared instance. Public list game object pooled objects. What's a public though? Why is that? Sure. Let's just follow what they're doing. Public game object to pool public int amount to pool oops shared instance equals this. Void start. Build objects equals new list game objects. Game object TMP for int I equals 0, I is smaller than amount to pool I plus plus. Object to pool. Set active false. Pooled objects add TMP. There we go. Let's continue with our little tutorial. Alright, this setup allows you to specify a game object to pool and a number to pre-instantiate. The for loop will instantiate the object pool the specified number of times in the amount to pool. Right, so we start off, it creates itself a list of game objects, instantiating the game objects so they're already ready. Then the game object are set to inactive before adding them to the pooled object list. Yeah, so turn them off. Don't need like 1,000 bullets just turned on in your game, they just have to be hidden until we need them. Next, select the game controller, which contains the script you just created. Select the game controller, which contains the script you just created. It'll have the object to pool and amount to pool where you can set both representatively. Dragging the bullet prefab to object to pool will tell the script to what object you wish to consider. Okay, so that was a bit painful to read, but I think what they want me to do is object pools, and then I set this to reset, go in. Let's just have like bullets, and then I put this here. So I want a maximum of like 20 objects, and I want bullets. Bullets. I think that's what he wants. Set the amount to pool to a relatively large number, such as 20. The reason for this is we want to make sure we have enough game objects to work with. Yeah. As I just did. Now the script will always create 20 bullets, player bullets before the game even runs. This way there will always be a collection of pre-instantiated bullets for our use. In order to take advantage of this, we need to do two more things at the minimum. Okay. Get pooled object, yeah. 6. Reopen the object pool script you created so you can create a new function to call from other scripts to utilize the object pool. This will help utilize the idea. This will help utilize the idea of not needing. Okay. To rudimentarily instantiate and destroy objects in runtime. This will also allow the other scripts to set the objects to active, which creates a graceful process where we adhere to the object pooling design. That was a bunch of words. Okay. So the basic idea here is that we're going to create a method, get pooled object that just gets one of the objects that we were pooling, so one of the bullets, and it returns one of the objects. It just gets one of them. So that's what we want to do. Okay. So let's go back to object pool, and now we'll create ourselves our get function, so public game object get pooled object for int I equals 0. I is smaller than amount to pool. I plus plus. No, that's fine. And if pooled objects I active in hierarchy, return pooled objects I. And then we get out of this and do return null. Equals. Did I literally write the letter O instead of 0? Okay, sure. Let's give ourselves a few comments. So, this little method that we just created is going to go through the object pool, check if anything's not being used, and if you find something that's not being used, it's going to return it. So when we say get pooled object, it's going to say here's an object for you to use. It's essentially going to be like how I've been doing instantiate so far in my code, which is giving me an object, but in this case, instead of creating a new object with all the scripts that come along with it, with all the allocating memory and having that, like, you know, getting picked up by the garbage collector, it never does, because these objects have been created at the start and they're just there to use. If it doesn't find any, like if you bust the limit, it's going to return null, and I'm actually going to debug, log an error. You busted your pooled limit. There we go. I'll just give myself a little reminder if my pool is too small when I'm using bullets. I want to remind myself. Maybe they have another way of doing it. We'll have to look into that. Alright, next part of the tutorial. 7. Go into the script that instantiates the bullets. Here you will want to replace any code that instantiates the bullets, such as instantiate player bullet, turret transform, blah blah blah. Use the following code. So we're going to go back into the piece of code where I was shooting bullets. I think it was this. Let's just look for instantiate bullet. There we go. Make sure there isn't more than one bullet. Looks like I'm good. And they're going to want us to replace it with this. So game object bullet equals object pool shared instance blah blah blah. Okay, so let's, oh, I can't copy. Oh, that's a pain. Okay, let's put it over here. Copy. Just do this for now, hide it. Well, not hide it, but comment it out rather. Equals object pool shared instance get pooled object. Oh, is this a singleton? I'm gonna have to come back to this. Because if there's more than one types of bullets, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, let's just continue right now. And pretend that isn't going to be a problem. Yes. Yes. What? What did I do? Oh. If bullet does not equal null, do that. Else. Let's give ourselves another error. Spam ourselves with errors. Yeah, that's right, eh? So the object pool is here. I hadn't thought of it when I was making it, but I think this is like a singleton design pattern with their object pool. I'm gonna have to change that. So yeah, static object pool shared instance. So you have access to this from anywhere, and then when it starts you have access to a shared instance. Maybe what I'm going to want to do then is create multiple pools. I'll get back to that. Okay, let's continue the tutorial for now. Maybe they'll get into that, and maybe not, and I'll have to fix it after. The code will request a game object to become active and set the properties of that game object. It removes the need to instantiate a new object and efficiently requests and acquires a game object from only pre-instantiated, relieving the burden from the CPU of having to create and destroy a new one. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Next, replace any code that destroys with instead of destroying a game object, deactivate it to return to the pool. Oh, cool! And because how we set up the object pool, yeah, how we set it up is it just looks if they're currently active. So all I have to do is just deactivate them. So I'm going to go into bullet, and where it says destroy, I'm going to do gameObject.setActive. Okay, I can't do that. GameObject.setActive, and we'll put that to false. There we go. Oops. And put this here as well. So if it hits it, set it to false, and it is getting object pool. Creating an object pooling script, running the project. Now, when you run the game, you will have objects pre-instantiated and set to an inactive state. Let me put this back over here. So what it says is now it's going to, when I load, just have 20 of these clones appear. With what we have right now, we have a finite pool. Now when you play the game, firing a gun, it just turns them on and off and places them and such. Okay. And I feel like something's missing here, but that's fine. So it's going to just spam them into here right now. which is something I'm going to want to change as well. So there's a few things I'm going to change with this. Yeah, look at that. So it doesn't put it into bullets as I wanted, it puts it there. The other problem is that these object pools are just, there's essentially a singleton. I'm not sure that's the actual definition of a singleton. I've never seen a singleton set up in the way we did it, but it's essentially that. So you have access to it absolutely everywhere, and I don't want that. I want to be able to just drag drop the pool onto things, and just say like, you know, my bullets pool has bullets, and I'm like, oh, player needs bullets, and instead of like getting to prefab the bullet, I'll just drag drop that on that. So let's do that now. But first, ooh, yes, but first I want to check to see if it works. Object reference is not set to an instance of an object. Okay. Okay, this kits out a game object. Let me check something real quick. This should poop out one of these. Oh, no. No. I see what I did. Oh, that's not good. Bullets, yeah, it's grabbing itself. That's not what I want. I want the prefab of the bullet. Okay, let's try that again. So it says bullet clone, and if I click, currently nothing happens, and I'm not getting an error message, which is not ideal. Let's drag this here, attach, and find out why. Vomnyo. Okay. Well, thank you, Russian name person. Enable debugging for the session. Yeah. Okay, so I'm clicking, and we're not going into here. But we're also not getting into here, if I'm not mistaken. Because I should be getting error messages if I are. Hello, Ada. Okay, I'm gonna make a few changes here. I don't like how it's set up to start with. So let's go into here. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't like this. Hey Dad, please don't sit on my keyboard. There you go. Yeah, you want to help me out, eh? You want to help me out? But you can't. This is my self-imposed hell. You can't help me. Down. There you go. Alrighty, so I'm not going to do this at all. Did I click on... Yeah, I did turn it off. Good. Turn this off as well. I don't want this. I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want the shared instance. No shared instance. I want to manually drag things in. That should give me some errors in the player controller. Yep, right here. And what we're going to do is, instead of doing that, object pool bullet pool. Go down here. There we go. So we're going to get a bullet from the bullet pool. And then we go into player. We have none, so let's put bullets here. Now if I click on play, what errors will you give me? Okay, pulled object, bullet equals null. Bullet is not null. It is bullet clone, okay. So bullet, get component bullet, sure, and then initiate. Okay, we've gone through the entire thing now. Let's stop this. Okay. Okay, something's still not working, so we get this bullet. Wait, I think I did something. Get component bullet. Get pooled object. Does this activate it? It does not. That might be cause for concern. Maybe I should make it activated. So if you find one that's disactivated, I'm going to activate it. Set act, nope. This is for object pool, so this dot set active to true as such. This is going to cause some issues, so let's start it over again. Okay, well, we're halfway there. If you see in the left here, they are actually turning on and they are doing their thing. They're just not being placed at the right place. And that would be because in the old thing we had them set to the position of the eye, and then after that, yeah. So I had him set to the position of the eye with a upwards thingy thing, and now we do not. So let's go down here and add ourselves a void. I guess that would be an initialize actually. So this is in the bullet. We're going to have a direction. We're going to have a position. So vector 3, I suppose. Pause. Yeah, let's leave it like that. And let's have the game object, not transform. Transform dot position equals pause. And then that. So we'll go back over here. No, sorry, go back over here. And now I have an error, and that's fine. So the position is going to be the MI position transform position. Here we go. As such. Just leave that like this for now. Everything's saved. And let's go back over here. Yeah. Now our bullets are indeed spawning in the right spot and moving at the same direct speed as Bambi, which I don't think is what we want. And yeah, once they get out of frame or touch something, and I'm still not sure why it's not detecting collisions correctly. I think it might be because of the version of Unity. I think there might be some weirdness with the continuous collision detection. I might be wrong though. But other than that, it is working. So we have now our object pooled, and it isn't instantiating new bullets, as you can see. It's just using the same 20 bullets, and let's see if I can... No, I can't get over the limit. Let's see if I do this way. Ah, see, and if I go over the limit, it does tell me, and it doesn't spawn any more bullets, which is what I wanted. Cool. Next thing I want to do is make sure that these all get placed inside of the pool, like this right here. So I'm going to do that now, just so we don't end up spammed with a bunch of things here. This I no longer need. And object pool. Instantiate them. I should be able to have transform parent. The parent is going to be transform. Yeah, just put them into that. And I'm also going to have TMP name equals, can I do this? String dot replace? No. I have to do tmp dot name dot replace. It's a bit weird. So how do I do this again? Old character, new character, or old string, new string, right? So old string will be here, clone. And then the new string is going to be, let's have a little thing like this. So underscore, and then just the number of the bullet, I guess. That'd be a pretty good idea. Let's have this in here, have the I. That should just give me the number of the bullet. There we go. So, bullet 20 object, if I click on play. Ah, yeah. Yeah. So you see it now put all the bullets there spawn directly in my bullet game object here that the object pool has, and I have them numbered from 0 to 19. I'm just going to give them like better numbers, so +1, because our for loop starts at 0, and I want them named like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. There we go. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. up to 20. So all 20 bullets are there, and if I go through them like this, we all good. Bullets spawn, bullets go away. Something else I could be doing, I'm thinking about that, I could change the object pool up so that instead of like spawning them up to a certain limit at the start, and have a like hard limit on the amount of bullets that I have, I could have it so that it spawns 20 at the start, and then for every extra bullet that I need for whatever reason, it does instantiate one, but then doesn't get rid of it. So it does stay a pool, and the pool just gets slightly longer. The downside with that is if I have like 1,000 bullets on the scene at the same time, it will eventually get heavier. No, let's just leave it like this for now. Worst off, if I want more bullets, just go in here and change this number. I think that's easier. And now we have an object pool, and it uses whatever we put in it, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Unity Introduction to Option Pooling tutorial. That was simple enough, even if I decided to change a few things for my own needs. Here we go. So we now have bullets. I still don't know why it passes through walls. Continuous, what is it called? Detection? Collision detection. Unity, passes through. Let's see. Through objects, Unity provides the following CC methods. Oh, we're at 22.1? I'm sorry, 21. Sweep base CDC. Collision. To use sweep base CDC, select a rigid body in the inspector collision detection to continuous or continuous dynamic. I don't have continuous dynamic. I guess body type dynamic and then collision detection continuous. I think this is like out of date. Collision detection to continuous speculative. I don't think that's a thing. I am in 2021. It does not exist. Sleeping mode. Interpolate. Is there something? Is there something? Rendering. Package manager. Is there an update built in? Doesn't seem to be like a physics package that I can't do in this. Here's a thought. Is this for... it's the 3D one. Rigid body 2D. Yeah. Oh no. I think that's my issue. I think because it's the 2D version. It doesn't work. Of course I have it simulated, yes, use mass, yes, mass, linear drag, etc. Collision detection continuous, I think that's what it is. I think it's because I'm using the 2D detection. I don't have access to some of the quote-unquote better types of detection. Let me try something. Can I cheat it? If I go into this on trigger enter, private void on trigger, oops, trigger stay 2D. I'm just gonna do a second check, see if that helps. So if it's inside of it and it hasn't just entered. I'm sorry, what? Argument, scene, move game object to scene. Oh. I'm not doing that though, go away. Alrighty. Oh look, my bug is back. Okay, can I make them appear? Yep. Look at that. Bullet 2. And it's backwards. Oh, that might be my bad though. Okay. offset X. Okay. Info, bounciness, shape count bounds. So that might actually be the issue. Because it's a 2D collider. It doesn't play ball with this, with the continuous stuff. So it's a little bit poopy, though it's supposed to be continuous. When the collision detection says to continuous, the game object with digits yes do not pass through each other during an update. Instead, Unity calculates the first impact point. See, it is supposed to do that. It is supposed to work. Game object is initially awake. Game object is initially asleep but can be awoken by collisions. Define how the game object sleeps to save processor time when it is at rest. Yeah, I'd expect it to start awake. Interpolate. Define how game object's movement is interpolated between physics updates. Useful when motion tends to be jerky. Okay. Movement is smooth based on game object's position in previous frame. Next frame. Okay, let's put our bullets to that, but I don't think that'll fix my issue. Yeah, some just pass through. Interesting. Interesting. Fascinating. So, bullet here. If I take this and I put x to -1. Okay, scale to -1. X scale. Let's just update this one thing, because I noticed it and it's now bugging me. This doesn't actually work. So let's put that there. And we'll have transform dot scale, local scale. Can I just do it to the X? I don't think so. It usually doesn't let me do that. Equals, yeah, I can't do it. Okay. Equals new vector 3 deer, and y will be 1. There we go. So it's either looking that way or looking this way based off of Bambi's look position. Is how that's supposed to work. That's going in the right direction. That is now going in the right direction. And interestingly, they are all passing through alright. This also kind of inspires some fear in me, the fact that by default, if you go into a prefab, it pastes it over the main scene and leaves it there. Cool. But this is working quite well, at least. It's looking in the right direction, it's being pulled from the list. I think we could call that a win. Now, the next thing I want to do, let's forget about the collision. I'm fairly certain that's just a bug because of the 2D physics, and I don't want to get into that for now. So the next thing I want to do is, the thing is, Bambi currently has access to eye lasers, icons at all times, and that's not what we want. We want Bambi to only ever have access to eye lasers when Bambi picks something up. Maybe we even want like a limit of bullets, I'm not sure. Okay, let's start by having like a power-up on the ground somewhere that when you pick it up, Bambi gets access to eye lasers. I think that would be fun. Let's create a 2D object sprite square, circle, circle. Let's create a circle, and eye, gun, power up. And we're going to move that circle over here. Right. Let's give it some physics, because physics are fun. So, rigid body 2D. We'll stick with the rigid body 2D, but I'm starting to understand why at a previous place that I was working at, even though we were working on a 2D game, they decided to use the 3D rigid body. I think it's because the continuous collision detection isn't the best in the 2D. Right. So, that circle collider right here. Up. Maybe I'll split this up like I did the player, so I'll have visuals and our things on other layers. So 2D objects, sprites, circle, and visual. Eye, gun, power up, Igpoo, visual. Have us remove the renderer from this one. There we go. And this is going to have the collision detection for the floor, so if I drop this now, it should fall and hit the floor. Boop. As such. Perfect. And I should even be able to ground. Make a new physics. Let me just, for the fun of it, create a physics. I've not played with this a huge amount of time. So physic material, and I'll call this power up. Basic. Friction. Bounciness. What are my options? 0 to 1. Let's put it to like 0.5. And this is going to have the physics. Oops. Material? What is this? Ah, there's a 2D version and a 3D version. Of course there is. And now, click to quick. Create. Folder, no. So, physics material. 2D? Ah, physics material 2D. There we go. So we'll call this the no. What is it? Power up basic? Power up basic. There we go. Bouncing this up to 0.5, and we'll give it to this. So if I play, does it bounce when it hits the ground? So that'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah. Oh, I like this. So like it falls, and it goes ding, 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 ding. And I could put like little particle effects underneath. If it hits like, if it's at a certain speed or something, it'll be like, that'd be good. Okay, for now that's all I want. So I have the power up. I'm going to add a new game object, and this is going to be the thing that detects if we collide to the player. I'll make it a trigger, just because. Yeah, I think there's probably a better way of doing it, but my brain wants me to do it that way. So, egpu underscore trigger circle collider, and this one we're going to make slightly bigger. So 5, just a little bounding box outside. So when you come in and trigger this, it'll pick up the power up. And then Bambi will have access to the eye laser beams, which is pretty cool. Okay. Open game art. 2D art, I suppose. And we're going to look for power up. Oh, what did I just click on? There we go. Power up icons. Ah! Oh, they're SVGs. What's happening here? Is this someone that made this? Very cool. I'm not sure what he's going on about though. Jeez. Took him down. Ah, I see. I see the power up now. Okay. Yeah, they're pretty good power-ups. So let's take this, move this over here, go to Art, Tile Palette, Visuals. Let's just put this in here for now. Ooh. Okay, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that. Let's go to Photoshop. So today we're going to be making this jellyfish. Totally. Oh my god. I've seen that image so many times and I just now realized she's a mermaid. Ah, that's why she's underwater. I get it now. Cat pictures. Can I not do that? Yeah. There we go. There we go. And we're going to, I think we're going to use this one. That's a nice little gun thingy. And we could use the auto slice for this. This could be a lot more optimal, but I don't care. This PNG, save, and now let's go back here. Could not create asset for file could not be read. I'm sorry. I mean, you seem to disagree with that, Unity. I'm getting the impression that this version of Unity is a bit buggy. Might be wrong. And I want, oops, sorry, I put it to single, I want it to multiple, sprite editor, thank you very much. And we're going to auto slice this, automatically slice, and we're just going to rename this to gun power up. Apply. There we go. Now we have the gun power up, and we'll be able to change this one for the gun power up visual. Ooh, that's big. Okay. This is actually a little bit big. So let's put this down to 0.3. I think that's pretty good. The trigger, we're going to put it down to 0.35, just slightly bigger than the thing itself. And the visual, we're going to scale this down. The only downside to all this is, yeah, it's a bit annoying. Oh, it has a bound. Oh, then it's perfect. pretty much. Okay. As such. There we go. And now if we go into the game, it should fall, it should bounce on the ground. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, that's so good. And because nothing is set up for it, I should be able to just bump into it right now. Oh, that's so good. It slides so much. Let's change that. Let's give it some friction. What is it, 0 to 1 for this? Tooltips? Tooltips not appearing. Okay, let's put this to 1. For now. Bump. Don't mind Bambi, just playing with a bunch of ammo. Ah, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Because I have it set to, it's only grounded if it actually hits the ground. Oh my god. This is it, guys. Game of the year. There we go. I can move around on the ammo. Ah, wonderful. Well, that won't be a problem because you're gonna pick it up once you hit it anyway. So let's pretend we never saw that. Maybe I should change this version to 2020. Let's change it to 2020. Okay, so alright, one moment please. I'll be right back. Just enjoy the music. And I'm back. There we go. Alrighty, so I was saying I was going to change it over to this. I just want to double check. So if I go to installs, install editor, 3.26.1, I have 3.1. Thinking yes. Let's get the latest long-term updated whatever version. instead of trying to stay super up to date. Downside with being super up to date is that it tends to be a little bit more beta, a little bit more buggy. So let's not do that. I want to make sure that the issues that I have are like things that everybody's dealing with. I am currently regretting this. It's taking longer than I thought it would. Are you? Yes. In progress. A little uneasy about this because I'd be bringing it back a version, but I don't think anything that I've been working on will be affected. We shall see. Do do do. Welcome to a downloading simulator, the stream. If this is your first time, please say hi in chat. Oh god, this is taking a lot longer than expected. Okay, we are going to continue on the current version because I can't be bothered to wait for that, but I think I'll be changing it over after the stream because yeah, I'm starting to worry a little bit that some of the issues that I'm having have to do with it being in 2021 and it's not like there are bugs that are known bugs. I have no idea. I did set it to continuous detection for the collisions on the bullets, so they shouldn't be going through the wall no matter what. It's a bit weird, is what I'm saying. Alrighty. So if M fired, okay, let's start by doing it the stupid way. So this is only going to be doing something if, I guess I'll start with a bull, and then if I find that there are just way too many bulls, which I'm already uncomfortable about, then I'll look for a better way of doing it. Alright, so can fire equals false from the start, and if M is... if and over here. Actually, oops. Actually, I'll put the check here. So, if, oops, M can fire, and the input is, so otherwise it doesn't even go in there. Other fire press equals 0, I guess that's fine. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So now if I go into my game, and I press on play, and I try to fire, I am clicking the button and nothing's happening, which is what I want. Also, I would like Bambi to be able to jump a little bit higher from the get-go. So I have it at 8, it's going to be 10 from now on. I want it at 10. Make sure that everything is up to date in there. This is going to be turned into a prefab, so let's put this over here. Eye gun power up. And I am now going to add a script. I was gonna say I'm now gonna add a script on the eye gun power-ups, so that when you trigger get triggered by the player then is allowed to use the eye guns. I'm wondering if maybe I want to do it the other way around. So when the player touches the detection gets done on the player, I mean, instead of on this. Maybe I want scriptable objects for the different types of power-ups. Is another option. Let me have a think here. Let's start with just having this thing detecting if there's a player. The player has a player controller on it. I might be separating up player controller into different things as well. My brain is going 15 places and I'm going nowhere. So let's click on something. Click on create ourselves a new folder. Power-ups. Stop trying to think of the best solution and just start. So over here, and we're going to have iGun power up. Sure. And I'm fairly certain I'm going to be changing how I'm doing things, so I don't care if it's bad. Let's go over here, and we're going to have on trigger enter 2D. The collision is going to be, it's a collider 2D that it detects, and it's going to come into, it's going to be colliding with box collider of him. So box collider is at the same place as the player controller, and so I should have access to player controller. Alright, I'm now fairly certain this is a stupid way of doing it, but let's do it anyway. So if no, let's do it another way. Var player equals collision dot get component player controller. There we go. And if player does not equal null, so if we detect a player controller, I'm going to tell it that actually like this, because I'm going to do a few things, and I'm going to tell it that player does not equal null if yes, player dot jump and use can fire. That should be fine. Let's just say public void set can fire bool can fire. Sure. Maybe that's a bit less stupid. So this equals can fire. Here we go. And now in here I'm going to do set can fire to true. And then we're going to get rid of this. So no, game object dot, where am I putting this? Trigger enter, and yeah, it's going to give me errors. That's fine. I'm putting it on this igbo. Yeah. So it's going to be the parent, and I want to get rid of the parent. Transform. Actually, I could just do transform. Transform dot parent dot destroy. Nope, my bad. Do this. Destroy with a Y. Here we go. So let's check. Let's check if that's functional or if I got myself confused. So currently I'm clicking on the button to fire and I'm not firing. However, if I bump in, ooh. Can't destroy transform component iGun power up. this one. If you want to destroy the game object, please call destroy on the game object instead of destroying the transform component. It's not. Oh. Okay, so parents dot game object. There we go. Let's try that again. I forgot, when you do parent, it grabs the transform, not the game object. So, once again, cannot shoot, jump. I picked up the thing, and now I can shoot. We now have Bambi laser eyes that we can gain. So like if I take this and I move it over to here, pick it up, then I can shoot. It's interesting that it doesn't seem to have the bug. It doesn't seem to have the bug when I'm here, where it goes through things. It only seems to be over here. Also, if I run at full speed and I shoot, the lasers don't. Oops. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to make it so that the laser bullets initiating velocity is going to use is going to add itself to the velocity of Bambi. So when he's running, the lasers are also going to shoot out at whatever speed. So let's do vector 2. Okay, sure. Vector 2. Parent velocity. Alright, so equals new. Can I just do a plus? I can never remember if I can do this. I think you... No, you're good. Okay. There are no arguments that... I'm sorry, what? Right. Right. Plus the Bambi's velocity. So... rigid. Does the player not have access to... it's called R-body, I'm sorry. R-body dot velocity. There we go. Velocity. Now if I do it now, let me check, but I'm fairly certain that if I do it now, if he's like moving upwards or downwards when he shoots his eye laser beams, oops. What? Did I suddenly lose the ability to slide? I'm sorry, what? What are all these errors? Should not be capturing where there is a hot control. I'm not in the tile map though. Close. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now I wanted to check why I suddenly can't slide. Idle, look at that. Running idle. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it's using the velocity of Bambi and it's adding to it, but it's also taking the Y. So I'll start with fixing that and then I'll figure out why I suddenly can't slide anymore. Our body. New vector 2. We're going to take the velocity in x and 0 in y, because I don't want Bambi's eyes lasers to be going up and down like we saw. It just shoots forward and that's it. Oops, I missed. I missed my jump. Yeah, look at that, I've completely lost the ability to slide. What's that about? So now if I jump up and down, I'm sorry, am I... I think my eyes are playing tricks on me. I keep getting the impression that the bolts are like going up and down, but they're not. They're clearly not. Alright, maybe it's the blue background giving me that impression. Alright, so I fixed the bullet issue where they were doing that. However, why am I suddenly not sliding? I just don't go into that anymore, and I don't understand why. Yes. I don't understand why. Ah, I am sliding. Okay. Oops. And continue. Yeah, there we go. That's a slide. That's definitely a slide. This is not. Attach again? I'm not sliding here. I'm not sliding here either. I did at the start though. I didn't change anything in there. Floor detector. I didn't change anything in here. This shouldn't be affected. Alright. Yeah, it's not detecting slopes anymore. Player? Contact filter. For some reason, I am not detecting slopes. It's not going in at all. So, well, that worries me. It's not going in at all in this script. Okay. Point dot normal equals 0 minus 1 equals 0. That is false. So it goes on to the next one. If the y is bigger or equal to 0 and the y is smaller or equals to minus negative 0.5. Okay. Floor detected. Point normal minus 1? Wait. detector. Collider eye gun power up. Oh. Oh. I'm detecting. I'm sorry. I'm detecting collider. M collider? Floor detector collider. Floor detector collider player. Not a collider. Okay, so if I take this and I move it up, I take the player and I move him up a little bit. No. There's some weird shit going on right now. So it's telling me that the player's collider I just realized I'm creating this every frame. That's not the best. I should be just re-emptying it every frame. I'll get back to that. But it's telling me that M collider Okay, so there's this one and there's a bunch of nulls. So you're going through every collision, including this one. And then once we're in there, there are different points. So this one is 0, 1 for the player. Each point. I want to see all the points. Yeah. And contacts. So it goes through all of this. There are multiple points where the player collides. Okay, I don't think this detection works as I thought it did. I'm going to have to rework it. Alright, let's turn this off for now. Hide this. And that might be what's screwing up with our... Okay, so if I do this... See, my slide is back now. However, if I turn this on... Oh, it's still working. Yeah, it starts breaking. Okay, so that doesn't do what I thought it did. And I just never tested it on a place that has more than one collision. Okay, for each point in contacts. Collider 2D. Overlap collider. So if the collision is null, good out. If the number of collisions get contacts is in, get out. So there's like 8 different collisions right now. Okay, so if there's no collisions, I guess. Up. Floor detected. Detected. Right. So I have collider player. Collider player. Null. Null. Okay, okay. And if I put this, oops. I'm gonna have to stop this for now. Turn this on. Put this back on. And now if I look at it, it's player. Player. You see? It grabs everything. For each. Okay. Collider 2D collider. Here's something that I'm now wondering and that I've never actually done before. Can I do where? No. What I can do though is if point dot collider does not equal M collider, just ignore it, just continue. Okay, turn this back on. No, I'll test it without it and then I'll put it on. Okay, so Bambi is back. Bambi should be able to slide. Sliding Bambi is best Bambi. Alright, we turn this on. Let it land, and if I go here now, I'm sliding once more because I'm... Nope. I'm not sliding once more. Okay, let's check these again. So, you see this is the first one here. Let's go in. Point. See this? Does not equal that, so it should continue. Yep. Next one. This is the player. Now its normal is 0, which I kind of disagree with. Okay, let's go back here. We're just gonna turn this off. Remove it, I guess. And add on the circle collider. Lower this a little bit. Make this 0.7. Raise it back up a little bit. And put the collider here. It slides, but it slides really awkwardly. Okay. And now if I turn this on, this lands, and I still have slide ability. Okay, so it's not liking the... It's not liking the fact that I have a square box all of a sudden. Maybe that was already the case and I just never noticed. What I'm going to do is bring back what I had before, I think. So, Polygon Collider. I'll move this over here. Huh? Look at all the space at the front. That's fine. Yeah. I just put it on. I have to fix it. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I have brought these back on. This is that point. Which one is this point? So, see? Positive. And grab this and put it here. And undo. Undo. Here we go. So I'm going to also add in another point. That's 0 now. Here we go. So, oh, we got a new bot. Hello, bot. Yeah, apparently. Put this in. Okay, apparently I can't hold down shift or anything to... Ah! That's what I wanted. Let's move this up like this. As such. Go. Okay, so this is 0 and this is that. Copy, paste, put a negative. Yeah, that's about right now. Okay. See if this helps with the sliding. Bye-bye. Alone in the house. Yeah, no, I also have to actually, yeah, I see. Let's try that again. Sliding works very well if I turn on the power-up. No! Oh shit. Okay. Run over here. And this way. Oops. Try that again. Press just at the right moment. You can kind of use your inertia to slide up. And I'm calling that a feature and not a bug. There we go. And my slides still work, and I can shoot my lasers, and we have power-ups. There we go. Let's see, it's 3:30. It's been about 2 hours. It's pretty good. I want to do something else. Let's do all the like fancy stuff I've been saying that I wanted to have, like particle effects and all that junk. Let's put this over here. Just turn it on by default because I know it works now. Save. Actually, did I manage to accidentally fix the eye laser bug? No, I definitely did not. Look at that, some of them are still going through. Okay. This is amazing, and definitely not what I wanted. Oh, look at that one. It's going super slow. I'm going to make it so that the minimum speed it can ever have is always going to be equal to at least the speed I give it. Because that's ridiculous. Alright, so this part is working again. There we go. Look at Bambi's collision points. This, I'm leaving this like this for now. We're not touching that because I want to move forward, I said. I'm not looking at the fact that the laser beams seem to go through the fucking walls because I want to move forward. And I am going to... I'm going to set up some simple particle effects. Yeah. Let's go to the package manager and see. I have particle effects packages, but I don't think they'll be any good. My assets. Volumetric lighting and fog, perfect for Bambi. Alright, boot camp. Cartoon FX free. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'll be great for like picking stuff up. Like, look at these. They look beautiful. I love these so much. You can pick one up and it'll do a sparkle and stuff, but none of them are, it might be a little bit too much. Let's get it. Let's get it and sort through it. We'll see what fits and what does not. So it fits. Reload. Okay, so I imported that, I believe. Vipat Games? Yeah, no, that's not it. I'm literally staring at it, but was distracted by sun in my eye. Okay, easy editor. Editor? Okay. Sure. Okay. Let's see the prefab. So hit, explosion, misc. Magical source, magical poof. What does poof look like? Say that again? Okay. It's a pretty poof. Magic poof? Oh, that's very magical. Magical source? Oh my god. Note to self. Make sure there's an upgrade down the line that allows me to have God form Bambi. Yes. Yes. Unlimited power. Oh god. Okay. Tornado, no. That's not what we want. What's hits? Bam. Oh my god, that's amazing. Could you imagine Bambi bumping onto someone's head and it just goes thump like that? That'd be great. What else do we have? Okay, that's just the thump. Oh, these... Like, hats off to the guy that made these. They're so good. Pick up items. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, they're so good. Oh, that's good. Debris hit, blood, electricity. We could go down a very different path. Blood and gore Bambi. There we go. Water skull ghost effects. What is this? Oh, yes. And then it dies. Oh, that's so good. Okay, what else do we have? These are great. Gravity? Hit, miss, puff, smoke. This could be the sliding. Whenever he like quick stops, it can make a little puff. I could also not be lazy and like make them myself. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love these. So good. I was just in there. Magic. Ooh. Oh. Snow dense. Snow over Bambi. I could just have this on the camera and then forever have snow. I kind of want to do that now. Alright. That's something for later. Oh, I love these. What's this? Drill hit. Okay. Hit B. Okay. There's a POW. Okay. None of these are quite what I want. Light, fire, electricity, magic. Ooh. Oh, these are so good. They make me want to like try making stuff, but I just usually don't have the imagination for these kinds of things. Okay, so let's do this. Go back to Misk. We had hit puff of smoke. So what I can do is copy this, go into Art and just make a new folder called Special Effects. Drop that in. Oh, I can't do it that way. Alright. Misc. Hit Smoke. Special Effects. Thing is, I kind of wanted to keep this here though. Okay. Duplicate. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Am I being stupid? I am. Here we go. And bring that into Special Effects now. And we're going to alter it slightly. SFX. See. Right now, it does one puff. What I want to do is have it looping, but like continuously. Okay, so right now it comes out as a emission puff. Time count 15 cycles. Rate over time. Rate over distance. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So whenever Bambi slides, it's going to do this little effect underneath. I think that'd be pretty good. Sphere. No, I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to rename it, however. So, rename this. This is sliding puff. Oops. What did I do? Rename sliding puff. And player eyes. Oh yeah, the eyes position. I swap it one side to the other. I'm gonna do the same thing for the feet for the sliding position, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let's do sliding feet. Oops, sliding pause. I'll just call it sliding pause. And what is in this? Flip pause, eye pause. Let's change this up. So instead of calling this eye pause, we'll call this we'll call this pause flipper? Pause flipper? Oh my gosh. No. Because in the case of Bambi, it's going to be wherever he's sliding, so we're not going to do that this way. What we're going to do let's go back to Bambi. Let's go to sliding. Floor detect. If it detect a floor, if not slope detect. Okay, the one that slope detect here. So I'm going to send out an information that has to do with the contact point that we're currently in, and that's going to spew out the sliding. Yeah. It's okay, that didn't make sense, but it's okay. So, it's going to be a vector contact point. point dot between two colliders in world space point. This is a vector 2. Okay, so public vector 2 get slide point. Okay. And we'll just keep a private vector 2 cur slide point. Equals vector 2 dot 0, I guess. Just bring this back to 0 in every other situation. Return this. Let's stick with what we were using so far as the nomenclature. So that and this and this and this, and yes, I am aware there is a faster way of doing what I just did, but I don't care. There we go. So returns this. And player controller, whenever you're sliding, what I'm going to want you to do is we're going to move the position of the slide. So we're going to have public, made all these public. Alright, let's carry on with public here. What is it called in this? This should be in prefabs. Here we go. It is a particle system. Alright. Particle system. M slide PS. And slide PS is going to turn on and off if, well, it's going to turn on if PS dot is playing. So if it's not playing, have it play. And in everything else, I guess for now, I'm going to make it sure if it is playing, stop. Okay. And there is probably a much better way of doing what I'm currently doing here. But once again, I don't care. Because if I get stuck up on trying to do it the right way, I won't move forward. Oops. Oh, that's interesting. Save. Do idle, get input, update. Okay. Slide PS dot transform position equals player floor detector. Player. Do I not have a player floor detector? Yeah, right here, floor detector, which is called not called player. Get components. Oh gosh, what did I call it? Get slide point. Get slide point. There we go. Alrighty. I forgot something. Sliding puff, I'll add this here. I'll have it, looping is fine, auto random seed is fine, play on awake is not fine. And that should be fine. It should replace itself to wherever the point is. And I'll just make sure that this is set, so sliding particle. Alright, what happens now? I'm sorry, what? Oh. No. Remove that. Thank you very much, though. Ooh. We got little puffs. Huh? Yeah. Does place itself back to 0, 0, which is what I'm telling it to do. I just don't want it to do it. You know what? Don't do that. So it's going to be wherever it left off. Yeah. Oh, that's good. And I'm currently telling it to stop the moment I leave that. This is the downside to the enum state manager that I have. I don't have transitions, so I can't say like when you leave, turn it off. I really do have to like put it on every single one, which I'm not happy about. But I have things that are working, which is the important part. Let's see, do jumping. Here we go. And then we're also going to change the emission based off of his velocity. I think that could be interesting. So, dot emission. This is a get. Ooh. What does this say? Deprecated. Is emitting enable emissions trigger submitter emit. Count immediately. What else do we have as possibilities? Count, particle, emit params, position, velocity, size, lifetime. No, I think this is all we want. And we're going to add in the count number of particles. Let's check our body. Velocity. Magnitude? Determines the length of this vector. And I'm going to put this as an int. So if I take the sliding puff and I put the emission rate to 0, the fact that he's sliding should now affect the emission rate, I'm thinking? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But it's doing too much of it, so magnitude divided by 10, I think. So if I just slide a little bit, there isn't much, but if I slide more, you see it kind of ramps up. It has to do with his speed. Looks like it's all or nothing though. Let's put this down to like 3 and try it again. Oh, that's pretty good. Cool. Kind of want one to emit like a little puff when he changes side or when he stops as well, so I can reuse this. Sliding, do running. Make, move, or stop. Movement 1. If horizontal axis equals 0, go to idle. What if I take to idle? What does that give as an end result currently? That's good, but it's not the right position, and that's because we told it not to do anything. So, the only time where the current slide point changes is if you're sliding. Floor detected equals true. I may be pushing things. Looks like it's working. The only problem is it always takes that position. It's cool for now. Let's not look into it too much. There are many things that could be done better. Okay, so the power up I'd also like this to ignore Bambi, so when Bambi bumps into it, it doesn't slow Bambi down in any way, or if it jumps on it. I'm going to use this and add in a serialize field, private collider 2D, yeah, and call this M collider. Oh, that's not a very good name. Equals null. Collision collider. Sure. That's still not a good name, but we'll go with it. And on awake, M collision collider. There's a thing that makes me ignore. No. Let me double check what it's called. I forget now. Ignore layer. Physics.ignore layer collision. Okay, so get component rigid body. Physics ignore collision. Default and 8. Ignore the move between this and this. Add force. Layer boot. Okay, so I can say this and have it ignore the collisions between the player and the power-ups. So I won't do that here, no matter what. Okay, so layers, oops, we're loaded. Environment, so I'm gonna have to have one where's the player and one that's going to be the power-ups. Player. Power up. Okay, so now if I click on player and I go over to layers here, player, yes, change children. Thank you very much. And this is going to be a power up. Power up, yes, change children and update. Okay, now I'm going to go into player, because the player control, this is a weird way of doing it, but the player controller is the only one that there's only one player essentially, so I'm only going to do this once. Jump. Okay, so there's no awake yet. Let's add an awake. Physics. Ooh, 2D. Ignore layer collisions between. What else can I have? Okay. Between layers 9 and 10. So 9, 10. There we go. works. So I jump over here, and I want to jump on this. Oh no, it also ignores the triggers. Okay. Put that to default. Default, why not? Yeah. What did I make? Game of the year is what I made. Oh my god. Oh my god, parkour Bambi. Alright, well, not today. What I am going to do today, though, is the fact that once you pick this up, it's going to play a particle system, because I very much like the particle systems. I had them in Gmok assets, yes. Let's have it be... No. There's some really nice ones. Pick up item. What do we think? Oh, yes. Oh, this is turning into a Magic School Girl game. Check out this particle system, Vivel.
It better be glittered.
Not yet. A smiley face. These are, they're so good. The stars go. Okay. Explosion? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's the one we want for this power up though. What is water? Big splash. Oh, that's nice, but it's not what we're looking for. Rainbow? I haven't seen a rainbow. Broken heart? Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. That's a particle system. They're so good. Wandering spirits? Oh, I remember this one. Maybe. Yeah? I'm gonna keep looking. There's some really nice ones in here. Hits. BAM! Oh yeah. Are they? I got them. I have the thing. It's not very nice. Where's the tornado? Okay, I can't see it. Virus? Ew. God tier Bambi. The lore is being fleshed out as we speak. Oh, electric ball? That's quite nice. They're really nice. There's more. Oh no. Light or a bubble. Does it go away? It just stays there? Yeah. For when... fire? Yeah. Bambi or Rambo? Bambi?
I mean,
I don't know.
Broly and Rambo, I mean, they're explosions and shit.
Yeah. I kinda like that. Hit. Skull explosion. Hit with gravity. Alright. Alright, I still don't know what to use. Just a power up. No, I mean when you pick it up. The stars? Magic hit. Okay. Alright, big star, big star. I think that was in the 2 prefabs. Pick up star. There we go. So we'll add this over here. And we'll have game object. Pick up. Oops. Pick up. Particle system. Alright. Private. Pick up particle system equals null. And serialized field. So when the player connects with this, he can start shooting stuff. He can, let's just instantiate. Probably could object pool these special effects, but not today. Pick up. Its position is going to be the, what is this? Player controller. What? Yeah? What's up? That's great, let's hear it. Okay. Secret ideas.
I just want you to acknowledge that I have a great idea.
Okay. Oh. Alrighty. Transform dot position, and then Quaternion, the bane of my existence. Euler. Vector 3 dot up, and there we go. Okay. So Bambi slides and makes a little puff that needs to be fixed, but we got something going, and when it picks this up, delete, and now we can shoot. Oh yes. Oh yeah, I hadn't fixed that, had I? I said I was, and then I forgot. What time is it? I can fix this right now. A spammer? Yeah, I've seen a few people posting stuff. Am I the spammer? I mean, they're not really spamming. They're just writing a message and leaving. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so before I get distracted again, let's go off to the position no bullet in here where we're taking their velocity, and what we're going to do here, 0. Okay, so we want the speed. Private float shot speed. So shot speed is going to equal mathf dot min. So it returns the smallest of two numbers of values. Okay, so it's going to be the m speed as the minimum value. And the max speed is going to be m speed plus parent's velocity. As such. And now I should be able to take this and remove this and change this into that. M speed float parent velocity x. There we go. So it's now going to go at a minimum speed in whichever direction that I gave it. Oops, I need to pick it up again. That shouldn't be a thing. Oh, because the velocity can be... there is a thing to get... Oh, but not here. Let me double check this. So, vector float always positive C#. Always return positive values. System math ABS. Oh, okay. There we go. So it's always going to give us the positive value of the velocity, if I'm reading this correctly. Yeah. And it is going to add that to the speed that we gave it, as with a minimum speed of whatever we gave it, and then the direction is going to be added to that. So whatever the speed is in that direction. I think this doesn't fix my issue. Let me check. I just stopped myself from yes. Here we go. That is not working. You know what? Forget this. M shot speed, M speed. Direction times M speed, and I'm just gonna raise the speed. Because I am running out of time. And by running out of time, I mean I want to put this down now. So prefabs. Can't see this. This one, prefabs bullet. And my speed is simply going to be faster than Bambi can run. So let's put it to 12. So it'll always go faster than Bambi. Okay. Cool. So there's a lot of things that still need to be worked on. A lot of things I'd like to add to the project and fix up, like the smoke and such, but I think we're pretty good now. I think we're pretty good. We can come back to this at a later date. There we go. So this is going to be it for today, I think. There you go. So yeah, as I just popped into chat, thank you for coming.